I'm the thing that monsters have nightmares about. And right now, you and me are gonna show them why.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 teen drama shows.
You know that I didn't recognize them, so they must have just been tourists.
No, it sure looked like that she knew them to me.
Used to both my dad. When was the last time you both?
At a birthday party.
You've been fighting with a girl. That's not very ladylike.
For this list, we'll be looking at television shows specifically marketed for and to teens. Did your favorite teen drama make the list? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, Riverdale.
Get closer, though, and you start seeing the shadows underneath. The name of our town is Riverdale.
This dramatic series follows the lives of Archie, Betty, Jughead, and Veronica. But these aren't quite the Archie comics characters you grew up with.
Archie got hot. He's got abs now.
This version is a lot darker and filled with different mysteries each season that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Of course, there's also plenty of classic high school drama. It has all the makings of a great teen show with steamy romances, love triangles, and secrets. There are even musical numbers. But you'll also find some more out-of-the-box plot points. From murder, to the mob, to Chad Michael Murray playing a cult leader, there's a little something for everyone in Riverdale. Number 19, Julie and the Phantoms. This is a heartwarming series about a teenage girl named Julie who starts to let music back into her life as she processes her mother's death.
I don't know if you can hear me, Mom, but I can't handle it.
Oh, and did we mention that 3 dead guys that were in a band called Sunset Curve years ago return as ghosts?
Please stop screaming.
Julie and these phantoms end up forming their own band, and they're good. Not only is the music great and the choreography fun to watch, Kenny Ortega is involved after all, the show also has a lot of heart. Each person is contending with their past and trying to find a way to move forward into their future. Number 18, 13 Reasons Why.
It's me, live and in stereo.
When Hannah Baker takes her life, the lives of those who knew her change forever. While they struggle to process what happened, her friends are also confronted with tapes she left behind for them. We learn a lot about her life in the first season, and many of those revelations inform the show's plot in later years. As it progresses, the emphasis on Hannah's story diminishes, and different mysteries take its place.
And then the hurricane hit.
As Clay and the rest of the group struggle to find themselves, they also have to protect each other. The series addresses difficult matters such as mental health and addiction.
My name is Jessica Davis, and I'm a survivor.
At its core, it's a show about growing up and fighting back against a world that wants to see you fail.
Who are you? Who are you to say it's enough? Who are you?
Number 17, Veronica Mars. Kristen Bell is Veronica Mars, a private investigator in training who works with her dad at Mars Investigations.
Please tell me you didn't help an accused murderer escape jail.
Yo, Pops, check it out. This girl ain't gonna be nobody's bitch, you better recognize.
On this show, teenage problems, romance, and mystery collide to create riveting storylines. Veronica is funny, quick-witted, and seriously smart. Don't be surprised when you find yourself trying to see if you can solve the puzzle before her.
Why don't you take a closer look at the one on top? Read what's written over Grant's head.
Veronica Mars is smarter than me.
Oh, you stop it.
And while there's no doubt nobody can crack a case open like her, Mars doesn't always have the same success in her romantic life. With the original TV series 3 seasons, its 2014 movie, and the 4th season that came out in 2019, you'll have plenty of content to tide you over.
This is how your ex was getting in. He set up the router, he knew all the passwords. That's why your heater would crank up to 90 degrees when you were trying to sleep.
Number 16, Never Have I Ever.
I'm not skinny, I'm jacked.
For now, until you morph into your big fat dad.
Shut up, my dad's hot.
When Mindy Kaling is attached, you know it's going to be good. This Netflix dramedy is about an Indian American girl's teenage experience, providing this genre with representation that is often sorely lacking.
And that's how it happens, folks. That's how we hotheads boil over.
We follow Davy, a kind of nerdy high schooler who is itching to experience new things. It mixes humor and heart as she navigates family dynamics, friendships, and new relationships. The show is also really emotional in a way that sneaks up on you sometimes, so you might want to keep a tissue box handy as you near the first season's finale.
Damn, Mom, that was savage. Up top.
Okay, I do not like high-fiving. It's violent. Can we please not do that again?
Number 15, Elite.
Están idiotas si creen que me van a tomar por tonta y van a salir indemnes.
What happens when 3 kids from modest backgrounds find themselves thrust into the world of the rich and privileged? That's the question this Spanish drama answers when Nadia, Samuel, and Christian get scholarships to an extremely elite private school. What subsequently unfolds involves a lot of drama, complicated relationships, and murder.
Nos ahorrarías un montón de trabajo y tiempo si contestas una pregunta muy sencilla.
Viewers get to watch 2 timelines simultaneously unfold as they try to piece together what went wrong. As various mysteries unravel throughout the seasons, the series explores the intersection of class dynamics and important issues such as mental health. Once you start watching this thriller, you will not be able to stop.
Nadie tiene la culpa de sentir lo que siente.
Number 14, Sex Education.
Tell me something you like about Sam.
I don't know. He's got nice eyelashes.
This is stupid. Sam, we're listening now. Yeah?
Otis Milburn is just a normal teenager, a kind of awkward and shy one at that. But his mother Jean happens to be a sex therapist.
Why don't you start by telling me your earliest memory of your scrotum?
And while her openness surrounding subjects of sexuality is refreshing, it actually makes her son kind of uncomfortable. However, he soon learns to utilize the knowledge he's picked up from her. Him and his new friend Maeve decide to open a clinic where they help kids at his school with questions surrounding their sexuality. In doing so, Otis also learns a lot about himself and grows as a person.
You can't choose who you're attracted to. You can't engineer a relationship.
The series explores a lot of often taboo subjects surrounding sex and teenage relationships, making it a fan favorite.
It's my vagina.
Sit down.
No, that is my vagina in the photo.
Number 13, Skins.
And it's not exactly like anybody cares, so...
I care.
This series takes viewers into the lives of British teens navigating sixth form, 2 years of English schooling. There are a few things that set this teen drama apart though, and we aren't talking about the accents. For one thing, viewers get to meet a slew of different people throughout the seasons as characters graduate and new classes take their place. But perhaps more notably, Skins was one of the first shows of its kind to really tackle subjects that often get brushed under the rug.
The people I should love, I hate. And the people I hate...
It wasn't afraid to dive headfirst into topics with raw and honest conversations. As such, it paved the way for future teen dramas to do the same.
It wasn't a boy. There, see, Celeste was a girl.
You've been fighting with a girl? That's not very ladylike.
No, Dad. I've been making love to a girl.
Number 12, Euphoria.
And at some point you make a choice about who you are and what you want.
This critically acclaimed show follows Rue and her friends as they navigate the complexities of adolescence. And the fact that it's a newer teen drama is reflected in both its style and subject matter. Euphoria embraces controversial issues like addiction, sexuality, gender identity, and mental illness without attaching a stigma to them. Plus, there's an added layer of depth given that it explores the impact of social media on today's teens.
Wait, yeah, that really does look like I took it, right?
The show provides an honest and gritty look at what teenagers in modern times go through while trying to find their place in the world. Not to mention Zendaya's acting is nothing short of extraordinary.
Can you open the door, please?
I'm not gonna help you kill yourself, Rue.
Number 11, Teen Wolf.
Used to both my dad. When was the last time you both?
At a birthday party.
As if being a teenager wasn't difficult enough on its own, Scott McCall has a whole new set of challenges to contend with when he becomes a werewolf. Imagine regular puberty mixing with new beastly urges. What could possibly go wrong? Not to mention he soon learns that his home of Beacon Hills isn't as ordinary as it once seemed. It's actually a hub for supernatural events.
What is that?
My boss told me it's a poison and a cure. Which means you can use it. And it can be used against you.
With his newfound strength, he has to protect his loved ones from the threats that lie beneath the surface, all while figuring out his love life and avoiding capture, obviously. Thankfully, he has great friends who help him out along the way. It's safe to say there's never a dull moment on this show.
Is she really dying? She's definitely not getting any better.
Number 10, Glee. This is the weekly musical show that made us want to embarrass ourselves by singing in public. Focusing on a group of Glee Club students and a few of their teachers at William McKinley High School, the comedy drama follows these kids as they express their sorrows, happiness, and love for all things music by bursting into song both on and off stage. Covering many songs from a wide spectrum of genres and tastes, and ranging from popular music to show tunes, Glee showed us that these teenagers really knew how to belt it out when push comes to shove. If only our high school was one big musical number.
Packing my bags and giving the academy a rain check.
Number 9, Dawson's Creek.
I actually have the possibility of losing my virginity in a high-level fantasy fashion.
Besides being a mainstay of turn-of-the-century television, the series is widely remembered thanks to the theme song that accompanied its original TV broadcast, I Don't Want to Wait by Paula Cole. Revolving around the titular Dawson, this drama helped usher in the teen craze of shows on the small screen that plagued the 90s and early 2000s. While sporting your standard teen show plotline of trying to make it through school, it was actually one of the first and most memorable of its kind. Every character was relatable and the situations were real, making us wish we had grown up in the same town.
You kissed her? He started to, but my less than iron stomach napalms the moment.
Number 8, The O.C.
He's not a criminal mastermind. He's a kid who has no one and nowhere to go. When did you become so cynical?
Sometimes categorized as a soap opera, this teen drama is set in California and follows a lower-class person who is thrust into the high life. It differs from other shows in that its main character, Ryan Atwood, happens to be a troubled teenager who is adopted by a rich family. He must deal with living as an outsider in a different world, along with his surrogate brother Seth.
I don't know what to say, except that you totally had my back out there.
Ryan must also manage his feelings towards the girl next door and his snobby neighbors, all while feeling like he may not belong. The O.C. became one of the most popular programs of the 2000s, and is considered a pop culture phenomenon of the time.
California, here we come. Right back where we started from.
Number 7, Beverly Hills 90210.
Mom, let's go shopping today and I'll go to school tomorrow. First impressions are incredibly important.
Honey, you can make a wonderful first impression.
Everybody here looks like they just stepped out of a music video. I don't even have the right hair.
We've all wanted to be one of the lucky ones who gets to live among the rich and famous. And thanks to Jim Walsh's job promotion, he and his family get to enjoy a little more of what life has to offer. Beverly Hills 90210 follows twins Brandon and Brenda Walsh as they deal with not only being teens and making friends with the rich and privileged, but also with the culture shock of being uprooted from their Minneapolis hometown to a very ritzy part of California.
Are you smart? Sort of. Great. This class is a real bitch. I need all the help I can get.
Of course, the Hills come with Hollywood-sized issues as well, such as alcoholism, teen pregnancy, and even animal rights advocacy.
I know it looks awful, but they don't feel a thing. You guys, I had the same concerns you did, but I checked out Dr. Reardon's approach. She does everything possible to minimize suffering.
So that makes it all right?
Number 6, One Tree Hill.
You ready for this? Why not? It's your life. Yeah. It is.
If you have a brother or sister, then you know what it's like to have a sibling rivalry. One Tree Hill stars half-brothers Lucas and Nathan Scott, who start off as enemies, initially as a result of issues with their parents. As the show progresses, they also have to deal with a love triangle and competing on the same basketball team.
Well. Gang's all here. Told you it was gonna get worse.
But they eventually become closer to each other than anyone could have imagined. When it comes to high school, you may be able to count on your friends, but you should always be able to count on your family.
I miss you too, little brother.
Number 5, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I'm the thing that monsters have nightmares about. And right now, you and me are gonna show them why.
The fact that this fantasy drama premiered and ran for several seasons on the WB, an American network that targeted teens and young adults specifically, already tells you a little bit about what you might find in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But that's really just the tip of the iceberg, as the series follows the titular Vampire Slayer as she fought against all kinds of evil forces, all while trying to maneuver the growing pains of being in high school.
Hi.
Hi.
Buffy and her devoted Scooby Gang didn't only earn the network high ratings, but also won 3 Emmys and spawned an entire franchise.
So I guess we've covered it, right?
Guess we did.
And that's all there really is to say.
Number 4, Pretty Little Liars.
This is no longer a missing persons investigation. It's a murder.
What would you do if the only friend in which you confided your secrets suddenly disappeared? And then a mysterious person threatened to expose your dirty laundry?
Where's Allie and Spencer? We don't know.
That's what Arya, Hannah, Emily, and Spencer have to deal with in Pretty Little Liars. Coping with the loss of one of your closest friends is one thing, but how can you also move on in life when you've got a target hanging on your back?
I'm still here, bitches. And I know everything.
With regular drama, mixed with plenty of mystery, it's a wonder any of these girls can survive their adolescence. But it's surely made for a thrilling teen drama.
What's on there? Sorry about losing my temper, my bad. Love A. Who put that on my leg? Who wrote that? Did somebody come in here while you were asleep?
Number 3, Degrassi: The Next Generation.
This psycho just came running at me with all this crap about,
Just tell her before it's too late.
This teen show is the longest running incarnation of the Degrassi franchise, and is considered a revival of the series that aired in the late 70s to early 90s. As such, The Next Generation follows the successful formula seen in the previous Degrassi shows by covering the entire spectrum of students' teen years, from their relationships and sexuality to normal problems like homework.
Straight up, do you like dudes?
Yes, I do. One in particular.
The drama is basically about trying to survive high school and growing into an adult. With a franchise that's been around for decades, it's no wonder this iteration has lasted for 14 seasons. A second reincarnation, Degrassi Next Class, even premiered in January 2016 and lasted 4 seasons.
We did it!
Few shows are as relatable and representative of adolescence as this Canadian program.
Warming them up for you. They're loving it.
Number 2, The Vampire Diaries.
I will no longer be the sad little girl who lost her parents. I will start fresh. Be someone new. It's the only way I'll make it through.
With the high school vampire craze in full swing during the 2010s, it's no surprise that a popular TV show like this would stand out. Elena lives in a small Virginia town that boasts supernatural activity. It's also where she meets and falls in love with Stefan Salvatore, who just so happens to be a vampire.
You can hate me, but I need you to trust me.
As the show progresses, the couple must deal with other bloodsuckers, siblings, and former lovers, and they find themselves in situations where they have to try and protect not only themselves, but also the town in which they live. Oh, and just so you know, these vampires definitely don't sparkle.
Are you doing what's best for Elena or what's best for you? Because it looks to me like the only reason you want to break Elena's sire bond is to restore her original factory Team Stefan settings.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Friday Night Lights, drama, football, and Texas Forever.
You with me?
Yes, sir.
Then you throw the ball to our guys. You got that?
On My Block, representing Black and Hispanic teenage experiences.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
You people?
Hey, just let it go.
Don't you have any respect?
Respect? Says the white boy dressed like a cholo.
The Fosters, a show about finding your chosen family.
Congratulations, Callie. You're officially a member of the Addams Foster family.
The End of the F***ing World, when psychopathy and road trips collide.
We should lie low for a bit. Wait a couple of days before we start getting on any trains or anything.
Why?
Because we robbed the guy James.
He assaulted me.
Scam, a Norwegian drama that tackled sensitive issues.
Nei, da mener jeg at jeg skriver det 2 ganger. For da bruker jeg gjentagelse som litterært virkemiddel for å understreke.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Gossip Girl.
Hey Upper East Siders, Gossip Girl here, and I have the biggest news ever.
Based on the book series of the same name and narrated by an omnipresent blogger known as Gossip Girl, this series follows a group of rich and popular kids who live in New York City. Each of the main characters has a different personality, from It Girl Serena to Golden Boy Nate.
You know, aren't we entitled to choose just to be happy? Look easy, Socrates. What we're entitled to is a trust fund.
As with many of the other series on this list, Gossip Girl revolves around these students' lives as they navigate high school, but the program stands out for being culturally relevant during its time and, according to New York Magazine, quote, the potential to be effective social satire. How hard can life really get if you have that much money? This teen drama will show you just exactly how.
Just wish I could make her feel as badly as I feel right now.
You totally can.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.